to the next video on Advanced SQL course. I hope you're enjoying this series, and the last lessons have provided you a lot of knowledge in MySQL. Now moving forward, we'll be looking into more functions in MySQL. So in this video we'll be learning about the string functions which comes out in MySQL. So these are some of the important string functions which we use to carry out multiple tasks, and helps us a lot in presenting the data in a format in which we want. So let's just see what are string functions, and what we can do with that in MySQL, and let's just see some of the use cases. So um, I'll just do a simple Google comes up. This fantastic blocks provided by Geeks for Geeks comes up, and this has all the string functions which are present in the MySQL database. I'll be working with few of the string functions. So as you can see, there are many functions available. Frankly speaking, we need not use this many, and this comes with practice. We also need not remember all of these. So the more you practice and you write the code, the easier it gets to remember all such string functions. So I made a list of few string functions, and we'll be seeing those in the editor. So let us quickly move to the editor and see the working of the string functions. Let us create a new table, students 4. In the first column we'll have the first name of the student. This is a varchar. In this second column we will store the second name of the student. This is also varchar. Marks is an integer value, and that's all. Let's do a select star from students 4. Should come as an empty set, and yes, it has been created. Let us insert few data in our database. So insert into students 4. Student 4 is the name of the table. First name comma last name comma marks. Sorry, it's the second name comma marks. Let's just enter few values here. First name Ram, second name I'll just put it as Singh, and marks I'll take 200. Name is Lakshman. I'll give the last name as Sharma. Marks is 300, and let's enter another Bharat, and I'll just keep it as Lal, and marks is 400. Hit enter. So records 3. That means that these 3 values have been entered. Let's do a select star on this table to quickly look if all the data has come up, and it is showing that yeah, it has come up. Now let us assume I want to present the data in such a form that the first column should have the full name of the student, and beside the column I should have the marks of the student. So in that case, I would be using the concat function on the first name and the second name column, and I'll be having the marks column beside that. So let's do that. So select concat first name comma second name marks from students 4, and you can see we are having the results as we wanted. Small mistake here, there should be space between the names, and we'll just change the name of the column. It's too few edits here, so I mean between the characters which we want the space to come up, I'll just give space between those characters, and I'll change the name here. I'll make it as full name, and we have the what do you say, the space between the words, and the name of the column has changed to full name. Let us look into few more string functions which we have. So concat with separator. So in the previous example we were using the space as the separator between the names. Let us say we want to add something else instead of space, a dash or comma or something else. So in that case we'll be using concat underscore ws. Let me look at the yeah, here it is. So here there should be underscore between the words which are coming. The underscore has come between the words. Let us try this in our case. Go to the editor, select concat ws. Okay, first I'll give the, let me give a dash between the names. The first name comma second name and marks. And you can see instead of space that has been replaced with a dash, and similarly you can use double dash or anything underscore between the names. Just put a double dash, and you can see the double dash has come up. So there are a lot many string functions which we can use in SQL. Depends on the requirement for which we'll be using it. Now let's say we want to get few part of the substring from the string which we are having. So we have the substring function or the substr function, which allows to select a few part of the string, and the syntax is something as follows. So substring, and in the brackets we'll have to provide the string and the start index. Start can be, I mean, 1 2 3 4, and the last index, and index value can't be negative. So that's the only condition we have. Let us just look at the substring functions also. So select substr. I will use the first name. Now I want to grab the from character 1 to character 3, and the marks from students 4. So you can see the first 3 characters have come up here. come up, and from Lakshman the first three characters Lex has come up, and from Bharat BHA has come up. So this is how we use the substring function. Let's look at the more string functions if we have. Now let's say we want to replace this few part of the string with another string. So we have, for that we have the replace function. So the syntax is as follows: we'll have to give the replace, and then we'll have to present the string and which character is to be replaced in that particular string, and which character we want to replace it with. So let us just look here. So select replace, I'll give sing as the string, and I want to replace am in ram with CMA. I'll hit enter. So you can see ram sing has been changed with rma. Similarly, if you want to change the column name, you can do to name, and it has come up. So this is how we could use the replace function. Now we can use the reverse function. Likewise, we can reverse the function. So the same example, let's show you how to use the reverse function. I'll replace with reverse. The total string has been totally reversed, you can see. So the word sing has been also reversed, and the word ram has also been reversed. So this is how we'll be using the reverse function. Now we encounter these cases in lot of many times. Yeah, so we want the length of the string in many use cases I have encountered during my practice. So for that we'll be using the character underscore length function. So it gives the length of the string. So let us just look in this case only. So I'll be using the char length, and it shows up at 9. It shows as 9, and that is correct, and it is also taking, that makes sense also, to add up space when displaying the character length. The next is upper and lower. So let us look at this also. So name comma, okay. Intentionally I have put the word which needs to be replaced with upper as is in lower characteristics, and the word which I want to present it in lower characters I have written in capital letters. So we'll just run this code, and you can see this upper has changed in upper characteristics, and this uh, the rams in upper words have been converted into lower characteristic words. So there are, likewise there are many string functions. I would request you guys to go through this blog and practice as much as possible. So it will help you discover a lot many aspects in the string functions, and it will help you a lot. So I guess this lesson was useful to you all, and meet you in next video. Thank you.